We're getting attacked. Yep, I hired that one temporary alert up here just for this. So reinforcements, yeah, we're gonna have to take out both of these armies. This is gonna be probably a pretty tough fight, but this guy have Spirit Leech. But no AoE spells. There's nothing in here that's all that scary in terms of what type of stuff we have to deal with. We just need to survive all of this crap. So we're gonna hide in the woods here. That should help take at least some of the damage, and then we'll probably disperse our fast-moving units around and just pick off whatever it is we can pick off, like the mortars and stuff. So I'm gonna try to get them to split up a little bit. We've got our wolves baiting them up to the top, although we're not sending that much. I guess if they split off in small amounts, it'd be good. We can swing our bats over there at some point. Oh, they're using Spirit Leech on our bats. That's cute. Okay, what are they doing? Yeah, they're sending 3 units up here. So maybe let's pull them over this way. If we can, we'll get the bats over there and we'll just dive bomb those units and wipe them out. We could also go for the mortars. The only problem is they're still kind of close, so they will be able to shoot. Also wouldn't mind my lord getting out there and helping because he does have a shield. Okay, more winds of magic being wasted on nuking our bats. Let's get out of here. Actually, yeah. So the lord, or our lord, should be able to go deal with most of these. We got an attack on the mortars. Why are they stretching out and stopping? What in the world? Let's get on top of them and then dive bomb. Yeah, I don't know, that pathing is so bizarre in this game. Right, we've got dogs attacking our lord. That's fine. He'll be able to handle that. Bats should have this guy crumbling soon. As soon as he starts crumbling, we'll back off. Here we go. Get out so you don't get gobbled up. So that unit's dead. Let's also get some attacks here. So we're going to send the direwolves in the front, the bats in the back. Nope. Should be done. And then our lord is here to help back up if they need any help. Probably do some healing. Yeah, this one's dead. That one's from the garrison though. I don't really care. There we go. There's a couple units down. So we just cut their army by like 30% maybe. And didn't really lose much. Head back this way. Do they have those exploding units? No. Those are monstrous infantry. So we should be good then. Oh boy.
Swiftly, with haste.
He's casting the nuke on our lord. Let's get him back to the circle. See if that should give him some protection. Now we're going to keep our units up here in hopes that they split off their army even further. Yep, they are 4 units. And then we're just going to go over here and smash them. Keep spirit leeching our guy. Let's heal him up. Full shield. We should be fine now. We'll keep him on the outskirts so he can fight. Okay, time to go and defend. So we'll get everybody up there. They'll be like 4 or 5 units short. Now they just want to stand and shoot, which is not really ideal for us. Let's go ahead and push. We'll also push with these guys to get into melee range. Actually, I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, bats can go dive bomb. Go dive bomb the tier 1 unit, actually. And then get the dogs back, because they're just going to get trashed. Dive bomb the level 1. Where is... Oh, he's up there. Okay, that's not really doing much damage. Let's back out. That's fine. We'll reset. Perfect. Yep, just pick off units that are on the outside. Are they crumbling already? Bro, whatever. For game. These guys crumble so fast, these stupid bats. Okay, dogs and bats cleared that unit out quickly. Let's go do the same to this unit. What is our lord doing anyways? Is he even attacking? We need to go after this lady. Debuff. This guy's crumbling. Yep, there we go. Got him. Let's pull back and we'll circle around and do it again. If anything, we may not be able to kill the lords. Well, we are actually. Yeah, we're doing a pretty good job against them. I was going to say if we kill enough units, though, they'll just get army lost and crumble anyways. But we're kind of in danger of that as well, so we got to be careful here. I'd like to get at these ranged troops. So let's try and circle around. Yeah, perfect. They're not going to get a single shot off. Perfect. So we got one at least. This one might join, which I would be fine with. We might need to get a heal into one of them. Maybe with dogs. Let's heal up the garrison dogs. I want them to hold long enough to get both of those units out, and then we should be fine. Let's get another debuff. Oh, we're fighting this guy 1v1. Okay, that's fine. Let's give ourselves a bit of a melee boost so we can finish her off quickly, and then we can get back to the line, because it looks like some of our units are crumbling. Actually, there you go. Have a nice little leadership debuff, and he's crumbling now. Okay, got one down. Let's go get the other one. That was the big one, though. That was the level 14. Oh, this guy's level 11. I thought he was level 1. Never mind. All right, we won that. So both of the ranged troops from the back are dead. These guys are just about to crumble, so let's go ahead and put our finger on the scales here. Make it happen a little faster. It's okay if we lose all these units. It doesn't matter. We just want to defend the settlement, and then we'll disband. Heal up our hero, since if he goes down, it's definitely over. Oh, wow, we're getting chewed up. Oh, she's dead. Got it. Got it. Okay, that was a little more tense than I thought it was going to be. That was a good fight. So hopefully they don't have a bunch of units returning, but they probably will. Oh, you're kidding me, dude. More than half their army respawned. Look at this. How many units are actually dead? 5 out of, like, 13. That's wild. He must have modifiers to increase that number, because that's like an abnormally large amount of units respawning. But it's okay. They're dead. We'll get about 3 grand from it, so that'll cover the cost of some of what we've spent to hire these guys. Maybe they'll re-engage. Nope, they won't. Alright, this one I definitely was expecting. I thought they might have a stronger army than this, though. This isn't too bad. It is a lot of archers, but he doesn't have any AoE. He doesn't have any cavalry. There's not really anything too scary here, other than maybe this. So he's got an explosion spell. That could cause us some trouble, so we'll make sure the reinforcing lord is killed. But aside from that, nothing too crazy. This guy's got the magic missile. That could cause some damage too, but let's get in there and fight it. We're hiding most of our units until we can deal with the AoE stuff. So Vampire Lord's going to obviously go up and harass and attack and all that. I'm going to send the garrison up in a nice wide stance so that we can get them to waste maybe like a magic missile or 2. And then we need to probably take this guy out. Okay, he's not that scary compared to the reinforcing one, but even then, shouldn't be too bad. My god, that's a lot of arrows. One thing we can do to at least get in kind of close. Let's get some summons. We use this guy. Oh, I don't have a shield on him, so we just took a big chunk of damage from Overcast Dale. We need to get back there and deal with the one coming in. I guess we'll just cast the zombies then. Dude, that is so much damage. Right, we might need to do a Wind of Death here. Yeah, let's keep him stationary while we get this Wind of Death. Oh, they're moving! I think it's not going to land. Is he going to cast it? He's not casting it because he's stuck at the edge of an infantry formation that refuses to get out. But here's what we're going to do. Get them to bunch up and keep shooting. We're going to overcast right here, and they should continue to shoot because we are still in the same position. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. 500, almost 600 kills. Yep, that did a lot of damage. So I wouldn't mind just staying here and just doing that again. The cooldown, 20 seconds, we could do it again. Now they're kind of split up now. It's going to be hard to do that. Let's get back.
Awake, minion.
We can get some damage. We've got Spirit Leech. We can use on this guy. Wait, are we? Oh, we just ran into another one of these stupid things. Commancer out before he gets killed. Okay, this could actually be a good spot because their archers are going to be bunched up now. So let's let them shoot. Get this guy close. Yep, see, that's a really high value target right there. Perfect. Keep moving so we don't get completely murdered. There we go. We got it off. I didn't even see how much damage we did. 850. So 850 kills, that's pretty good. That's the majority of their archers. That's the way to do it then. Get them to bunch up in a line and like a when they're shooting, and then that's an easy win to death target. And because they're archers, they're not well armored, so they take a bunch of damage. Let's start healing up. Guy's not in great shape. Get some damage done on the Lord. We can. Well, that's a lot of archers. Yeah, I guess we could just hit and run. I don't think they can do that much damage if we just do that. If we stand and trade, we'll get destroyed, but otherwise I think we'll be alright. Okay, and then the other Lord, the one that has the explosion spell, is all the way in the back. So we're going to sneak out the back once they discover our stack, and then we'll try and take him out. This guy's out of ammo, so he's kind of useless at this point. I'm not going to really bother him too much. Did they discover our stack? Yes, they did. Alright, sweet. So they should not exactly leave us alone, but they'll focus on them for a little bit. Oh, there's the magic missile. Yeah, that does some damage. It's not too bad, but it does some damage.
An ancient power is rising.
We need to get back here and deal with the wizard, though. There she is. Yep, she's beelining it. We'll do the same for her. Oh man, she is getting chunked down hard. Let's get some summons. Just zombies, though. We don't want to take the damage. There we go. She did not get a single spell off, and she's dead now. So let's ride off into the sunset. And we should be able to clean the rest of this up pretty easily. There we go. Got army loss. Not too bad of a fight, actually. But we do have knights and direwolves, by the way. I just completely forgot to use them. Defended that one, and we killed one of the lords. This guy about half health. But the more important thing is we wiped out all these archers. So we won't have to deal with them again when we counterattack next turn. Pretty good. We could take 1100 or replenishment. We're in a settlement, so we'll get replenishment anyways. I think we'll be okay without it. So we'll take the money. Starting off turn 24, we survived the end turn. One battle I didn't cover because it was a nothing burger. Was this one? We're going to finish him off. This is the rest of Carstein. I think faction destroyed. Yep, so they're gone. And then we can delete this guy and get our money back. You see, our wages are actually quite good right now. So we probably need to expand. Just because we had a bunch of economic buildings finish. And so we're making good money now. There's a little more housekeeping. We'll handle it as we go around our turns in our usual circle. Yeah, just a couple small things we need to clean up. But aside from that, we did finish research. So oh, that's why our income went up so high. Yeah, we just increased city income by 25% and growth by 15%. So that was a big research. We need to pick something else. Vampiric corruption would be nice to have, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. We're getting it from a lot of other things too, so that's probably okay to pass. I don't want to boost the dogs. I don't want to boost Strigoi type units or ghouls or Karen Wraith or any of that stuff. We just don't use enough of them to take advantage of it. We do use a tremendous amount of zombies and skeletons. So let's go down to at least here, and then we'll reevaluate. So this one is going to reduce upkeep for zombies and increase leadership for zombies and skeletons. +5, so that'll keep them from cracking. Zombie speed, who cares? But we need to get past this to get to some of these other ones. So bonds of flesh, that'll increase the healing cap for zombies by 100%. That's massive. So those guys will stay in the battle and the fight for a very long time, especially with heals to resurrect their units. So that'll be good. And then recruitment and raise dead cost, I guess not that big of a deal, but with the amount of zombies that we do hire, it's kind of nice. The other thing I wanted to get, so physical resistance is pretty nice. That'll make them last longer. There's one more, recruitment for skeleton. No, sorry. This one, upkeep for skeletons, 10%, 25%, and also increase armor by 10. So that would help them stay alive a bit longer, make them a little tankier. Perfect vigor would be interesting too. They would fight very hard to the end. I think we'll just do this for now, and then we'll probably go to distribute grave gift potentially, or maybe we'll just keep boosting the zombies. We'll see, but that'll be good for 5 more turns. So we'll get quite a few research things out of that. We're up to 160, so it's not too bad. It's definitely not as much as the Skaven run last time when I think I was at like 11 or 1200 research rate, which is absolutely broken. But that was also later in the run. This is only turn 24. And then the other thing, I did spend some time building quite a few buildings and upgrading things. So you could see our money, I think we were down to like 60K, and then we just spent another 40 to upgrade a bunch of buildings. So mostly economic buildings. I'm going to slow down on increasing the boneyard, and that's because we're at our cap right now. Well, we have room for 2 more, but we have to wait for them to refresh, only 1 per turn. So we can't even build them even if we wanted to. So upgrading those to tier 2 doesn't really help us that much. So what we'll probably end up doing is just skipping those. Yeah, you can see I'm also upgrading a few of them right now just so that we can have some... Actually, I guess I could pull some of these back. They are helping us upgrade these though so that we can get our economic stuff up faster. So the faster we get all these to a higher tier, the sooner we can get this building up to tier 3. So this goes to tier 3, and then this one will go to tier 3 once that hits. So that's actually not too bad. It does indirectly help your economy, but more because it helps you get to this building faster, so we could double our income from these. So anyways, that's what we'll probably end up doing. But for now, we need to save some cash because we only have 19K left. So let's go ahead and do our rounds. We want to take Fort Dvar... how do you pronounce that? Dvarslav. So we want to take Fort Dvarslav right now. Now, this is kind of an interesting situation. I think I ran into this once before, but if you have a rebellion, it'll naturally go... It'll either go to the first settlement that you took if you don't own the faction capital or the province capital. If you own the capital, then it'll go to the province capital. If your province capital has no garrison, it'll default go to the enemy. So if we look right here, I can uncheck collect income, and then that'll slow down the rate at which we're losing, but next turn it's going to rebel. So we have to do something. And also, Fort Dvarslav is part of this province. So if we don't take it now, or if we take it now, we're going to get hit again. So we might actually have to have these guys come back. I didn't even realize that until I just looked at it right now. Yeah, because this is not fully built, so we don't even have a garrison there. Crap. Good thing we have 2 armies here, though. Oh my god, it's not the right one. There's no way this army gets there in time. Yeah, see, if we march this guy over there, oh boy, we're gonna have to let him survive 1 more turn, maybe? Let me think about this for 1 moment. I need to consider a couple things. So I really don't know what kind of army is going to spawn here, but I'm assuming it's a pretty standard rebellion, even if we don't have a garrison. I don't think that changes what spawns. So I hired a temporary lord. This is a vampire lord that we had before. I leveled him up a little bit and then got rid of him. So he's rank 5. So he should be decent. And then these guys can hold the line while this guy takes out the lord. And that should be enough to do it. So now we just pretend like this doesn't even exist. So we can go back to our normal plan. Because I really don't want to slow down the progress here. Especially not for something small like that. So what we're going to do, we cannot reach this normally. Yeah, we won't be in range. We want to get XP on this guy and get items and all the usual mumbo jumbo stuff. So let's see if we can get this guy to participate. And then this guy will come in and attack, sack it, all that fun stuff. There we go. So we'll take this. I'll be right back. Let me put some items and fight this. Here we go. Took the... Oh, I tried to leave a couple of people alive. I guess they died. Whoops. No big deal. We'll sack it.
Bring me flesh to craft.
And then we'll take it. And that should guarantee that we're going to get a rebellion here. Even if we turn taxes off. So that, I guess that was going to happen no matter what. Alright, let's take a look. -8. Yep, and if we turn that back on, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll just leave the taxation back on, get our money back. And that is also Challengers of Corn faction destroyed. So glad to have them gone. Now this army still has a little tiny bit of movement speed. We're going to come down here.
Good, this will do.
So I think we can get that next turn, but I'm not 100% sure.
Carstein.
Now I had in my head some plans for how to go about doing this with Vlad. I was going to go up here to Crystal Spires because I figured no matter where we went, it was going to be 2 turns to attack, but that does not seem to be the case. So we can reach this one. Just barely, but we can reach it. There's no way we sack it even with the ancillary that increases move speed. So I think we just take that and then we'll loop back around. We can go Tower of Flies, Volcano's Heart, and then come back here and take Crystal Spires. And at that point, we could just push all the way back here, clean up the rest of this, and then head south. and start cleaning up back here, all this area, and then go through the gates and start pushing down here maybe. I don't know. And then maybe this army, when he's done, can slip on over here and help finish this off and then start pushing against these guys. This is Nagaron? Haggrave. Okay, Nagaron's up here. That's right. So these are Dark Elves. They are pretty tough to deal with, but I think the Vampire Lord, he should be able to handle most of it. He's only level 12, but I think he can probably handle a lot of it. How many settlements does this guy have anyways? 4, 6, 16th rank, so he's not that bad. Yeah, I think that's the plan. So if we take this one, it's going to take 2 turns. We can just go 1, 2. We'll get Volcano's Heart next turn. So it'll be 2 in the same time we take 1. I think that speeds up our conquest just a little bit. So we'll head up there. Let's, yeah, I don't think it really matters. Let's just go. All right, they do have a full stack in there. Let's put them under siege and see what we got, and then we'll itemize accordingly. So it's not too scary. I don't see anything that's above like a tier 2. Yeah, it's just a lot of tier 2 stuff. No big deal. And then the garrison is just the usual stuff. All right, so not too bad. Let me throw some items on, and I'm gonna do this offline. Here we go, got the settlement. I didn't realize there was no walls in this one. I forgot for some reason to check the map before. So we had to fight man up. Let's see, we got a Scroll of Leeching. We're gonna take loot and occupy. Yeah, we don't have room, so we'll just loot and occupy. And then we should heal up no problem over the end turn anyways. Oh, nice. We got a sword. So we got some good items. We are for sure gonna get attacked here. And then we'll have to heal up. But we'll itemize for this army. I don't think it's that scary. He's got a decent amount of levels on him. He hits hard. But everything else he's got is pretty vulnerable. So like these Chaos Furies, if we get them to dive down, we hit them with 1 spell and they're all dead. So, and aside from that, just these Plague Drones. Everything else is tier 2 or lower. So we should be good.
Vlad.
So that's Tower of Flies. Let's head over to the west and across the water. We'll finish off these guys. All right, this should be... No, that's not their final settlement. Their final settlement's over here, but... That'll be their final settlement in this area, and then we'll go across the water next. Let's go ahead and wipe these out. Again, pretty straightforward fight. I'll be right back. All right, we left a couple units in the garrison alive, so we'll sack it and attack it again. Something good, please. Stone. Yeah, that's fine. A little extra money. Fight it again. Yeah, I'm just gonna auto-resolve it. Oh my god. Look how many losses. Dude, we had like 5 losses in the last battle. With a full garrison. This had a tiny amount. Yeah, that's why I don't auto-resolve with this faction. But that's alright. Occupy. They should heal by next turn anyways. Yeah, they'll all fully heal. And we did get another item. So good thing we did the second fight. We got a corpse card out of it. I don't know if we'll keep him that, but let me just, in case I forget to switch it, we'll keep him on the Nightmare for now. Moving a little bit to the west. This other army. It's debating if we should go on the water or not, but I think it's best if we just do it by land. Now, the question is, can we do it? No, there's no way. I was going to say we could maybe channel, but I don't think so. Let's just force march, make sure that we can sack it. Yep, that'll be fine for next turn. It's that, and then 2-man or 3-man Doomstack, which we're still trying to find a buyer for this Vargulf. We gotta pass it off. And then we could just toggle this guy's dragon, depending on when we need him to be flying or not, and then we could toggle her to be on foot when he's in dragon form for a walled settlement. So this guy, just don't know, but I think we can do channel stance for this. So let's do it. That'll actually put us at max Winds of Magic.
Destroy them.
Oh no, because it says 2 more turns. What the heck is going on here? So can we get across this stupid thing then? I'm confused. This river might actually cost us an entire turn, so we got to be careful here. They've also got a legendary lord here. Are these guys at war? What's he doing? No, they're not at war. He's just raiding his buddy. Yeah, he's just raiding his buddy, his neighbor, I guess.
to you.
We'll figure it out. Next turn we'll hopefully take this, but if not, it'll be 2 turns, whatever. And then a little bit further west at Trollfjord, we need to figure out where this guy's going to go. So Siege Attacker, level 20. These guys are very strong. We could probably go start a new front and handle it no problem. I kind of want to get a united front though, so if we send these guys together, so one right here, and then maybe when he's done, he can go Palace of Princes or Photide Catacombs. We could start to push north with these two and then clean everything out in the middle. Actually, we'll probably have 3 eventually, right? Because this guy's going to go north and then clean this up. Vlad will go south, clean that up. Yeah, so 3 armies. We'll eventually have 3 in the north here, just pushing west. So I think that makes the most sense. Let's get this guy up here. Preferably without taking attrition. Yeah, it's going to take us several turns. Oh, wait. We can force march.
What do you want?
Yeah, there we go. Now we're not taking attrition. So we want to try to get over here.
Move.
Perfect. No attrition. We'll get there next turn. I don't know if we'll be able to attack, though. We might need 2 turns. 1 to beach and 1 to attack, but we'll see. Okay, so that's it for everything in the north. Let's head to the little island. So this army, I guess they need to head this way anyways. We could get him on the water, though, and then head over here to Black Light Tower. This army's probably going to go Monolith. We'll leave this open for whoever. So this guy, maybe 1, 2, 3. So 3 turns, we take these 2. And in here, we take Monoliths. So 1, 2, 3, wherever this other one is. There might be one right here. I can't remember. No, there's not. It's down here. So this little army needs to stay back and defend. So I think we can clean these up with this guy. They don't have anything particularly scary here. So this was the stack that we used to defend against their, whatever, their little counterattack. No more zombies, though. What happened? Take some skeletons, at least. We could keep this guy intact and just put a bunch of garbage in here. Like, we could fill the rest of this out with all zombies. And it would be a fairly cheap army. Like, right now, we're only paying 1,400. And this army probably could do some decent damage if we play it right. Because the Lord is the one that does most of the damage. These guys are kind of like a backup plan. So maybe we'll try it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll keep them for a little bit longer. But let's go ahead and attack this first. What do we need? Animated Hulks and then the Bloated Corpse. We'll hit the Bloated Corpse with the Lord. Yeah, this is no big deal. So let's just fight it.
What do you want?
And it still gives us a valiant defeat. That's funny. That is funny. Right, we lost our dogs and our bats, although the dogs came back. Deal, made plenty of money, so we're probably this army is probably paying for itself.
This better be
So let's go
important
ahead
this
and
night.
point, and we'll attack the next one. This one's going to be even easier. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. This guy could have been part of it. Maybe not actually, because we need his movement speed. Yeah, I think the movement speed is probably more important. That's okay. Let me just finish this up real quick. Wait, I'm gonna trust the auto resolve this time. I don't know why. Oh my god, I definitely should not have 400 troops for that fight. That's so funny. It's a crap stack anyways. But yeah. So we need to find a place that's got some troops for us to hire then, because we sucked everything out of this area. So we'll probably head over here. There's 16. Okay, we can get a full stack over there. So that's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and go channel stance, and we'll start heading over here.
This suits my cause.
And then by the end of the turn, I'll decide if we want to keep these guys or just get rid of them. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet if we should keep them, because we probably don't technically need them, but it would be kind of cool to have a little crap stack run around helping to take these little ones. Let's move on to our Strigoi. So what we want to do is get him out.
Seeking
What does this look like if we go on the water? So we can go here on the water, but then if we go here, it's yeah, that's not good. Here and go to the tip, that puts us slightly ahead of if we were to just go on the water. And then we would need a little bit of movement speed to do it without being in force march, to be able to beach and take it in the same turn. So let's do that. Let's go over here. on the water. And then what does that look like? Yeah, that actually looks fairly reasonable. We might be able to do it. I don't know if you can attack this one same turn, but if not, whatever. It would have taken us several turns to get over there anyways. If we won't be able to sack this one, it's going to use up most of our movement speed, but it's also not worth much, so who cares? Let's get in there. And do we do we trust the auto resolve? Let me put some items and just do this one real quick. So actually, let's auto resolve. Roll the dice. I'm gonna kill 600 units. That's pretty insane, but we'll heal all that. And then just occupy. Not worth pissing the people off. Money. There we go. All the usual stuff. And actually, these guys will not recover in time, but not a big deal. We can always hire another one if we need to. So from here, let's test and see where we want to go. Circle of Destruction is just barely off. That might be enough if we use the manservant.
Follow me.
Yeah, see, if we put the manservant on, it's not blue at all. So we can definitely do that in one turn. So we could extend all the way over here and then start working their way down this side. This guy can go and clean up these two. The crap stack can come over and probably not do anything, but at least we'll be down here. Maybe we can defend or something. Yep, I think that'll work. So that might be the best game plan here. I don't think it makes sense to sweep down this way, but let's just double check. Yeah, see, that one we can get no problem. Why are these settlements not worth anything? 400, 600, 3 grand. That one's worth a little bit. 3,500. Yeah, these people are not putting much in their settlements, are they?
You dare.
1,500, 500. Yeah, it's just not worth much, but that's all right. Okay, so we're good in this area. Let's move on. We'll head south to the donut. Now,
Everything dies.
a couple options here, and I think it depends on... So we can attack two things. We can reach this one just barely. We can reach it. Or we can reach this one just barely as well. So with no sacking in here, we're just going to have to loot and occupy or just straight occupy. This one's expensive. This one, not as much. But we do have another army here that needs to move.
I will alone. Deliver it
How
unto
far
me.
can you go? He can go out here.
Follow me.
Get him on the water and see. 3. I think we can probably land here and take that. The problem is, I don't think we do that. Well, we might actually do that in regular stance. So if we go to this side, this looks like it has a better chance of being able to attack just by landing, although maybe not. And then the other question is, do we attack this or do we go for this one first? It's in this army anyways. Yeah, we have siege attackers, so it doesn't really matter. Trilinia. Yeah, let's take this one and then toward Ivris next. We'll use this army to do that. It doesn't make sense to go here with this army and then backtrack all the way up here to do that. I don't think that makes sense. So let's go to this one. No attrition, perfect. And then next turn we might attack. I don't know if it'll let us, but we'll try. But 2 turns for sure, 3 turns, we take that.
You dare.
So now we could take Tor Arkare or Mistnar. Now there is an army in there. I would like to wipe out the army so that they're not roaming around. There might be one in here too though. Yeah, I actually think Mistnar is the right choice. So if we take Mistnar, we will have enough room to sack because we can put the manservant on. That'll put us over 30. That's more than enough. And we'll wipe out an army. I don't know if there's an army here, and so I don't know if it's really worth it. Like, if we look at the path, we have to go up that way. If we look at this path, it diverges. I don't know if we'd be able to see it from here, but let's
Find me charnel pits.
see. Yeah, I don't think we can see it. Okay, yeah, let's just take Mistnar. It's fine.
Darkness.
Let me put some items on. There we go. Now it's 31 movement speed after. So let's go ahead and do that. We're definitely not resolving this. So, but not a particularly difficult fight. Right, I don't... Oh, they do have a breath, so we got to take him out. Or her out, but other than that, should be pretty straightforward. Go, we left one in the garrison. I don't know if that actually is going to work. Let's see. We'll sack it. Yep, kept us there, so we'll fight it again. Perfect. Post-battle loot increase. And then we'll do it again. And I really don't trust this at all. Here we go. Yeah, just to be safe. No auto-resolve. Occupy. And we got an item out of it. Perfect. The plan is working. So this place got trashed. We're just going to leave it though. And leave it on plus control. So from here, I really hope we can reach. Yeah, we can. Or this one. We'll see which one gives us... if we can sack one way or the other, we'll do that. And then from here to here, we should be able to sack. So we just need to make sure we can sack this one maybe. And then we'll sack this one next. And then head over this way. So moving on from Oath 1, the donut. Right, remove this guy. Yep. Yeah, let's just go down here and finish this off. Now this guy could be trouble, but not for this settlement because this is a walled settlement with the full garrison. It could be trouble here if he just goes past. He'll just straight up take it. But at that point, we'll just hire an emergency army and wipe him out, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. He can't take Montenas with that. So what we'll do is we'll take Tobaro, and yeah, I did not know that there was a settlement here, so this is good news. I guess we'll just take it now.
Yours is...
So Pyrrhic Victory, they do still have that Globadier, the Deathwind Globadier. Obviously we're fighting this one manually, but this is pretty straightforward, so I will be right back. I got the settlement. There's a handful of troops left. We'll sack it.
Yes, my sire.
Do it again. I'll be right back. Second battle, we'll take it. So that's it for the peninsula, other than Skaven Blight, which we'll obviously take next turn.
It is night.
Yep, everything should be good here. We're finally getting replenishment in this army. It's been many turns, so pretty happy to see that. Skaven Blight, we can reach in one turn from here, no problem. I don't know if we can sack it. I really hope so, because that's worth almost 10 grand. So that should be good there. Why don't we head up to the Wood Elves and deal with these guys. So we need to attack this. It's worth 885, which is basically nothing. So I don't care if we can sack it or not. Let's just get up there. So I'm going to force march. And then next turn we'll attack. And then over here, we can attack Waterfall Palace. Victory. Let me throw some items on and handle this real quick. Here we go. We got the settlement. I wasn't trying to knock everybody out. We let one full unit get out, but there's got to be a formula that if you knock too many units out, it stops you from sacking, or stops you from getting a second fight. But anyways, occupy. There's Waterfall Palace. They have a single settlement left, which will fall next turn for sure. This army is probably going to just crash into one of our forts or something.
Not possible.
And yeah, same thing with this one. So from the woods, we're going to head south towards the coastline. This is our Strigoi Lord. We should be able to reach this, no problem. So I think what we'll probably do is attack this army and then attack that next. Right, that gives us 24. We will definitely be able to do it, but not be able to sack. Yep, I don't think we can sack that. Now, we only have a level 7 Strigoi, so he's not particularly strong, but we did beat up a lot of these units. The only thing we didn't touch was the garrison, so I think we can win this pretty easily, but this is a pretty dumpy army, so there is a possibility that it doesn't work out very well. And if that's the case, we attack Zvorak. Well, we may not even get a unwalled settlement battle. I can't tell what he has here. Well, actually, we can just look. Doesn't say anything about walls. Okay, well, whatever. I think we're okay. Let's get the 2 fights. This guy needs to get some XP, and we need to put items first. I'm gonna try something different here. So we're mostly going up against large. So why don't we do Wormslayer? I feel like this weapon should do pretty well here. So it gives us armor-piercing weapon damage, which we already have a lot of, but you can never have too much. Another 60 damage versus large, so we'll hit for 400 each time. And that means our melee attack is going to be 75 plus 60, so like 135. Nobody's going to be dodging our hits, I don't think. And then we'll just load up on ward save. I think we're at like 30, yeah, about 30% there. And then we can go Staff of Damnation, which is going to give us another little bit of physical resistance. So we basically resist about 50% or 40%, and we have a shield for 350. Go, we're ready. Let's get in there and attack. Decisive defeat. It is a 3v1, but this is not really much other than the Lord. The garrison's got a couple units that are worthwhile, but most of it's junk. Actually, this is pretty good, the Iron Guts. We gotta watch out for that. Wait, let's get in there and fight it. Alright, so we're gonna take the forest, because that's where we will fight against the ogres the best. But I don't think they're gonna come off the line and attack us unless we get them off there. So let's go harass. So basically just gonna run around in circles. Oh, they do have a slow. No, it's leadership. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, so we want to harass these guys and annoy them enough to where they actually attack. Because fighting out here in the open, we'll probably still win, but it's going to be a pretty nasty fight. Okay, we can't get trapped by any of these guys, otherwise this unit is just instantly dead. Pretty sure they're coming after us now, so let's just go back. They're sending... What are they doing? They're sending their archers up here. So what we'll do is we'll try to keep them at the edge of the forest, so that way we can be in cover. Then this little black coach can go fight them outside of the wood line. So let's go back like that. Yeah, here we go. Let's just run them down. So we just want to cause as much havoc as we can. Try not to take too much damage, but it's okay. We still have heals. It's not the end of the world. Right, this one is just all over the place. We did pretty good damage. Okay, let's get back before we get caught out in the open. Right on our butt. Yep, he's going for it all the way. Do not let him out. Now we have Wormslayer. Oh my god. Every swing is a kill. Every single one. Yep, there's one. It's getting stun locked. Right, let's back out a little bit. But yeah, this Wormslayer is very good against the the ogres. And they're shooting at something. Let's get our black coach all the way in the back, because I feel like they're shooting him specifically. So we'll put a few more trees between us. They are attacking in earnest, so we can use our buff. Let's go and buff all of our front line. And I wouldn't mind taking out their lord, both of them right now with their Strigoi. So we'll keep clicking that. There's a good hit. There's not much we can do to affect this at this point. We just need to hang tight and use the heals when appropriate, and then have this guy attack the correct... Yeah, have him attack the correct unit if you can. So we'll be back in a minute, hopefully with an easy win. A quick update, we're doing pretty well. Oh, there you go. That's how well we're doing. So let's see if we can get this black coach out to run the lord down, because he's actually pretty fast. But there's so many overweight people here, I can't get out. Holy crap, it's a traffic jam. They literally won't move. Okay, yeah, we'll try and run him down if we can. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I've never seen this. They're not moving. So I'm just going to move my Cairn Race in and just look at the kills they're getting. They're going nuts, cleaning everything out, line by line. That's pretty cool. So what did we kill? We actually got a decent amount of these ogres in the reinforcing army. This guy got out with a tiny bit of health, unfortunately. Same thing with both of these guys did. They got very lucky. And then the garrison, the ogres all got chewed up pretty bad. So not bad at all. And I think this went for 175. We'll take 0% replenishment. Okay. Maybe rounding error or something. No item there, but we can attack. And what does that put our movement speed at? We're at 29, so we should be able to sack this. Yeah, everything looks good. So we're just harassing this guy with our black coach. I swapped out the thing, whatever, the minus leadership for the plus speed. This thing is very fast. Yeah, it moves at over 100, so there's nobody on their side that can catch us. We can literally kill their whole... Well, we can kill all their non-ogre units just by running them over. So hopefully we entice them to attack soon, and then we'll just use our blob to finish off the rest. So I figured this is actually a pretty good strategy, just doing donuts on their body. It not only hits them as fast as you can possibly hit them with the charge, but it also dodges the projectiles that are coming back your way. So that's actually kind of hilarious. Yeah, this is pretty funny. So it's actually worse if you attack. It's better if you just go in circles and just don't stop. And then when they start to try to chase you, I mean, you're already juking, you're already on your way out, so they can't really do much about it. Look at these idiots. They're just gonna get stomped. I don't know why they're not pushing in. I've been attacking them for a while. We got about 250 kills with this guy. And that's not enough to get them to attack. We might hit healing cap on this thing soon, which would not be good, because we don't really have a way of getting them to come out, but it doesn't matter. There's no forest to hide on this map anyways, but yeah, if we can get a couple more of their archer units down, I think that'll be, we'll call that a success. Alright, there's our healing cap. Let's try and get a couple more archers here if we can. There's no large out here, so we should be fine. Yeah, time to push in. So we got no more healing cap on this guy, and I don't want him to be too low. Here we go. Let's try and bait them in with our Lord if we can. Because then we can get at least a couple kills before they reach us. There we go. Yep, just instant kills. Anything he touches. Gotta get the black coach safely inside. Actually, let's keep him out, because they're actually going after him with the archers. So we can use him to just swipe around and clean up anybody on the outside. Just like that. Oh, why are we stuck? There we go. We got army loss. Let's try and take out a few more of these ogres if we can. But overall, pretty good fight. We didn't really lose too much. And unfortunately, we wiped them all out again. I tried to leave a lot more this time. So I don't know what happened. Attack it.
Welcome to my court.
And finally, we got it. Vorak. That's faction destroyed. Thank God. These guys are so annoying, man. I don't really like fighting them. Although, with that said, I did kind of like this series of fights. This was actually kind of fun. But normally, I don't like fighting these guys. So we could take the Strigoi south after this. We'll take Verdanos and then Myrmidons. And we'll see where we meet up with the Lamian. Probably somewhere around Lucini. And then we'll have to come back up and take these guys out. Or, yeah, I think I had said before we might turn back around. Maybe what we'll do is we'll use the Strigoi to clean all this up, since it's kind of a nice linear path. And then we can use the Lamian to come over here. We'll take this keep, and then we'll rush up here and take these before they, hopefully before they send armies all over the place. And then when the Strigoi's done, I spelled this guy's name wrong, didn't I? Strigoi. So once we get this done, we can force march him back down, and in a couple turns he can help block up here so they don't go running wild. So, yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good plan, because this guy needs something to do anyways. We'll send him south. This is probably 2 turns. This is also 2 turns. So maybe we'll force march to the further one, or I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay, well, we kind of have a game plan then. Now, we still have an army over here.
Bats and wolves.
I would like to take Ekrund. Oh, boy. I don't think that's Skaven. I think that's just gone. I think that is just straight up gone. Because there was somebody in there before. It was this guy. Yeah, he has no settlements left. So if we wipe him out right here, he won't bother us anymore. And then we'll have to go south and start colonizing these. I'll probably hire somebody to do that. A temporary lord or something. So why don't we go ahead and wipe these guys out. I don't think they're at war with anybody. They are, but we don't know who they are, so we can't get paid for that. Let's just take them out. Decisive auto-resolve. Yeah, I don't buy it. It's a trap, and we're definitely not falling for it. So that should be faction wiped out, I believe. Yep. Feastmasters, faction destroyed. So declared war, won a single battle, and they're dead.